All right, welcome guys to another review question. Today we'll be looking at solving a pair of linear simultaneous equations using the method of elimination, all right? So this will be part one, and in part one, we'll be using the elimination method. Part two, I will solve the same question, but I'll be using the substitution method. So in doing both methods, you could go through them both and see which one you're more comfortable with. All right, so we're going to look at the elimination method first. So we have equation 1, 3x plus 2y is equal to 9. And equation 2, we have 2x plus y is equal to 5. Now, when you're eliminating, the first thing you want to do is to choose which of the variable, whether it be x or y, that you want to eliminate. All right, so we're going to be eliminating x. So that means we have to first look at the values we have. So there's 3x and there's 2x. They're not the same amount, guys. So therefore, we first want them to become the same. And in doing so, we're going to multiply equation 1 times 2. Yes, you realize that I'm using the coefficient of x in the second equation, and that's simply the number in front of x down there. So I'm using 2 from equation 2, and I'm going to times equation 1 by it, and then I'm going to use 3 from equation 1, and I'm going to multiply equation 2 by it. Because if they're not the same amount, guys, we can't eliminate. So that's the first thing we want to do. So we're multiplying all the terms in equation 1 by 2. So let's go. So 2 times 3x is 6x. Plus 2 times 2y is 4y. Equals to 2 times 9 is 18. So guys, we have formed a new equation, and we're going to label that equation 3. Good? So what we've done is to multiply everything in equation 1 by 2. Let's go to equation 2. We're going to multiply everything there now by 3. Here we go. So 3 times 2x is 6x. Plus 3 times y is 3y. And 3 times 5 is 15. So again, guys, we have another new equation. We're going to call that equation 4. Good? All right, so when we look at equation 3 and we look at equation 4, we look at the x's. They're now the same. We have 6x in equation 3 and 6x now in equation 4. What we need to do next is to look at their signs. Guys, always remember to focus on what you're eliminating. And since we're eliminating x, we're looking at x. There's a positive 6x in equation 1, and there's also a positive 6x in equation 2. Guys, when they're of the same signs, what we do is subtract. When they're of the same signs, we subtract. If we were eliminating and we have one positive and the other being negative, and there are of two different signs, then you would add. But back to this question, they're both positive 6x's. So we're going to be subtracting. So what we have here then is equation 3 minus equation 4. That's what we're going to be doing. We're going to have equation 3 and we're going to take away equation 4. So here we go. So it's equation 1 minus equation 4. So I'm going to draw my line here. Here we go. So when we're subtracting the x's, then we subtract the y's, and then we subtract the constants. Those are the numbers on their own, what the equation is equal to. So 6x minus 6x, that's 0. So there we go. We have eliminated the x's. So 6x minus 6x is 0. The x is gone. Moving on to the y's, we have 4y minus 3y, and we're left with 1y or just y. Good? Now that is equal to 18 minus 15, or 18 take away 15, which is 3. All right, so what we've done there just now is to eliminate x in order to find y. We're not done yet. We need to also find x. Since we know that y is equal to 3, here's what we're going to do. We're going to substitute y equals to 3 in one of the above equations. And guys, I always tell my students, substitute in the simplest one. And I would go for equation 2. Now, it doesn't matter which equation you put it in. Once you do it correctly, you'll get the correct answer. But I'm using equation 2. Okay, what does equation 2 says? It says 2x plus y is equal to 5. So now, in substituting y equal to 3, this is what I'm going to do. Wherever y is in equation 2, I'm now going to put 3 there. So here we go. So now we have 2x plus whatever y is, and we now know that y is 3. So it's 2x plus 3 that is equal to 5. All right? So we're going to solve for x. And the first thing we want to do is to take over 3 from the left-hand side to the right-hand side. Now, 3 is being added to the left-hand side. So when we remove it, we're going to do the reverse and subtract it on the right-hand side. Or you could simply say, I'm moving this positive 3 to the right-hand side. It will become negative. So now we have 2x is equal to 5 is already there. I'm going to take over that 3 and I'm going to subtract, or it will become negative. So now 2x is equal to 5 minus 3 is 2. Almost there. So now 2 is being multiplied by x, so we're going to be dividing by 2. To cancel, what you do to one side, you'll do to the other. So we'll have 2 here being canceled on the left-hand side. So x is equal to 2 divided by 2 on the right-hand side. X is equal to 1. And there we go. We have successfully solved the pair of simultaneous linear equations using elimination. So now we can write the solution. Therefore, x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 3. All right, so remember guys, this is part 1, wherein we solve this pair of linear equations using the elimination method. In part 2, I'll be doing the same question, but with a different method. And that method is going to be the substitution method. So guys, check out part 2.